Alright, welcome back everybody. Aesop Grimm here, and this is the continuation of our second chronicle in the Mass Effect Legendary series. We're playing Mass Effect 2. I actually recorded 2 episodes and had technical problems where the recording didn't come out well. So I'm actually having to back up and redo this. So if you see me run through this a little bit quicker than I normally do, or it looks like I kind of know where I'm going or something, you have the heads up on that's why you see that. So last episode we left off, we were going to take care of this Rosalie Lost Project Firewalker mission. And that's because we had come out here to do Zaid's mission, I think it was. His personal mission that was part of the deal for him joining with Cerberus. And this one's in the same area. So we're going to knock that out. But ordinarily, just so you guys know, this is our primary mission right here. And these we kind of do as, well, I want to do them all because they're flavor missions, and they'll unlock things and add backstory and context, and maybe there's some nifty items we can pick up, stuff like that. But this is our primary objective, and so right now our big thing is recruiting the team that we're going to put together to go stop the collectors. So that's really what we're most interested in. But we're right here in the system that has Project Firewalker, so let's go ahead and get to that. And I think Zaid's mission that we just finished with was somewhere over here, if I remember right. It's been a few days since I recorded prior to today. So we'll enter into this system, and we'll come down this way. We do want to survey. That's because I don't really know if we get 100%, not of a system, but of like a nebula, if that'll lead to something. But I don't think I have very many probes on me. I think we're down to 6. So I'm really just wanting to check these off and say that I've got them. 7 probes. Moderate. Okay, go back. We seem to be doing pretty good on minerals. Let's grab this planet right here. And then grab this Jupiter-like planet. And then we'll enter Xeonis orbit.
I have detected an anomaly.
Launch a probe.
Something on our sensors.
And we're gonna take... I think Zaid and Garrus. I want to get Garrus out there. And this should be an easy mission for Garrus, not expecting a ton of combat or anything. And of course I know, because I've played it already, but even before I played it, I wasn't... The description of the mission, the fact that it's a side mission, it's just not nearly as combat intensive as main missions are, or can be. Alright, exit.
I don't think the ship is safe. We've run into the Geth far too often. I'm going to stay at the next site with Dr. Aloy. I think we'll be safer there.
So that's like a lock that he left behind or something. But this is what I mean right here by these side missions can give you gizmos. We'll unlock this and you'll see what I'm talking about. Battery, symbol, ground. Symbol. Battery. Cap.
Systems online. Welcome to the M44 Hammerhead Infantry Fighting Vehicle. This is your onboard VI.
So see, this is an example of something that a side mission can give you, but let me show you something that I think is at play here. Not all side missions are equal. I don't think so. So these are our side missions. This is primary missions and the assignments tab. The game is telling you these are flavor missions. Side missions. Maybe we should just call them side missions. This was given to us by the Cerberus elusive man. Cerberus Project Firewalker has reported that a survey ship has gone missing near the planet Ziona. The ship was carrying researchers and a prototype planet-side exploration vehicle when it went missing. Cerberus has asked that the vehicle be recovered and that any signs as to the whereabouts of the researchers be reported. That's a whole lot. It's a whole lot closer to something like this. It's given to us by the same group and the same guy that's in charge of that group than, say, this. The Normandy's cook would appreciate special ingredients to make better food. Most of the supplies he wants are at the Citadel. There's no connection. That this is something that's kind of nice for us, or it has something to do with something going on locally. When we get to the Citadel, we're probably going to pick up a boatload of side missions that are they would be nice to do, but it's not from Cerberus, and it's not likely to tie in directly to this the way that this Project Firewalker does, right? What's Overlord say? Again, Cerberus, a Cerberus station on the planet Ite has gone off the grid. The elusive man has requested assistance investigating the situation. That's different, you know? So these have kind of a macro application, whereas something like this and some of these other side missions, like I brought up the Citadel, there's going to be plenty of side missions that I'm anticipating are available on the Citadel. That's all going to have to do with the Citadel. It's just something local. It's not, it doesn't have the same kind of importance, in my opinion.
Caution, guided missile system active. Mission objectives located. Acquired. Would you look at that?
Nope. I guess it needs a cooldown.
Obstruction detected. Path is now clear.
Hold on, I didn't do this right the first time. There we go. So that left shift is a boost. Okay, then we get up over here and how did I accomplish that? Didn't quite make that. Pretty close. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make that jump. Is there another way that's maybe a little more obvious? I think this. Oh, here we go. I didn't see this. Okay. That makes me think what's around here. this is a different order than I did it in before, I think. Yeah, obvious mistake. And we're all done.
Completed.
Leave. All right, mission summary: found wreckage of freighter MSV Rosalie, M44 Hammerhead acquired, recovered research data. Experience gained, total credits, we can exit. And there's something else that I want to try also, but it's going to be trial and kind of trial and error for me over the next few episodes.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
From Project Firewalker, good work on recovering the Hammerhead in one piece, Commander. It will prove useful. Also, the data you recovered from the MSV Rosalie's emergency beacon contains significant intel on a few planets that Dr. Case and Dr. Aloy investigated. ED has added the locations to your galaxy map. We hope that one of them leads you to the Prothean site. Despite Dr. Case's obvious instability, he's proven to be a brilliant and dedicated scientist. If you salvage more of his logs or journals, it would greatly help our efforts. We still don't know how the Geth are tracking Dr. Case, so be careful. Mark is red. Okay. So the thing that I was just referencing a minute ago is the uniform. I had to go read up on the Chitin armor. And it seems that that is part of DLC content, along with the Dragon armor, which I knew about from Iron Bucket. But something that I want to try out, the thing that's annoying me is that you have to have your helmet on. Now, I might want to do that. This armor seems pretty OP, especially it's very nice for a Vanguard. And so we're getting plus 20% health, plus 10% storm speed, and plus 10% reach-in bonus. I think storm speed is the charge that we have. I'm not 100% sure about that though. But this is nice armor. It might even be OP, I'm not sure. But what I want to try is switching back to, also, by the way, all of these armors, you cannot customize them like you can the N7 armor. The N7 armor, you have all kinds of customization options. And this is also a pretty cool looking helmet, but what I'm wanting to experiment with is trying no helmet at all. Because I like to see Shepard's face in the cutscenes. So we'll see how much of a drop-off there is. I haven't been very good on the actual gameplay side of things. So maybe need is the mother of all invention, and this will force me to get better, but we'll just try it for a few episodes and see how it works out.
No messages for you, Commander.
But the next place that we're going to go is going to be the Citadel, I believe. So we need to go out here. And then we need to come down to Aquila, and we'll have to refuel and buy more probes also. Okay, then we're going to use the mass relay, and that's going to show us the universe, and we have all of our missions tagged. So here's what I'm planning on doing. We're going to go over here to the Citadel, and it looks like we'll just be warping there. I think that's what these relays do, is they just warp you there. And so we will pick up the foodstuffs, we will recruit the Master Thief. I can tell you, because I've already played that part, once we get that Master Thief, her personal quest will also take place in this area. So we'll do those three things. We would have the we'll also go see Anderson. There's probably plenty of opportunity to explore the Citadel, but I don't think I'm going to do it in this episode. I would rather dedicate a whole episode to that. And so we'll be circling back around to the Citadel later on in the series, and we'll scour the entire place and see what kinds of side quests we can pick up and stuff like that. But once we've completed these three objectives here, we're going to move on to the Eagle Nebula, and we're going to recruit the Warlord and do his side quest, or her, I don't know. And then we're going to go to Hourglass Nebula, and we're going to recruit the Convict. I think that's I just blanked the name of that character. Jack. That's Jack, I think. And then we'll do Jack's quest. And after that, we'll float this way and we'll knock out these Firewalker side quests. That's the general plan. But we might be picking up other quests as we go. I don't know what's going to happen, you know. So, but that's the general idea. So let's go ahead and head to the Citadel. Okay, fuel depot there. Enter orbit. Supposedly constructed by the long-extinct Protheans, this colossal deep space station serves as the capital of the Citadel Council. Gravity is simulated through rotation, and is a comfortable 1.02 standard Gs on the wards and a light 0.3 standard Gs on the Presidium ring. And we'll dock. I suspect that I had kind of a knee-jerk reaction with Jacob. I didn't like that he was telling us, no, we're not going to go into that territory. That's a no-go in a command structure, especially a tight team, and you're trying to just make sure that everybody's committed, and you're trying to get a sense of where they're at with former relationships or anything like that. If in real life, I would probably be looking to replace him, because I just didn't like the attitude I got. but I got the same attitude from her, but it was presented in a different way, and I was more okay with her. So what I think happened here is that it's not what he did, it's how he presented, and it really gave me a bad feeling. Now, I'm telling you, if I were a commander, bad feelings are not good. You know, we're trying to put a team together that can cooperate, and if I've got a bad feel about a guy, I'm looking to replace him. But I also, once I saw that the game was the game is basically saying for that kind of information, you have to develop your relationships and your trust credibility with your crew members more. So once I understand what the game was trying to say, it made me look at this in a different light. But I have also heard that he's not a good character. He's on like the D tier. You know, you have these people that do S tier, A, B, C, D tiers for companions, and he's one of the worst. So it's the two things combined that are making me think, okay, you know what? I think that you're just going to handle the weapons locker from now on, and you're going to make sure the weapons are all shiny and all clean and all firing perfectly and all accounted for, and that's your job from this point forward. You don't get to get off this ship. I'm not bringing you on any combat sorties because I don't trust you. And I think that that's maybe incorrect. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Jacob. Plus, I like the voice actor. I think you might get banter with him that is pretty well done. And I want to see how he interacts with Zaid. Oh, I kind of like that look for Zaid. All right. So I'm softening my approach on Jacob, and I'm just kind of trying to find out. But I wanted you to know that I also have seen where Jacob is just not seen as a very strong team member. You have much better options. So in the future, if you see me not bringing Jacob along, it's because of that, not because of I'm role-playing that he's in the doghouse. Because I think that was a wrong call. We're going to keep that point. Okay, we're good to go.
Commander Shepard, enter the password and receive a free gift.
Okay. So we want to come over here and interact with this.
Please tell me your password, Commander Shepard.
Silence is golden.
Good to finally meet you, Commander Shepard. Kasumi Goto. I'm a fan.
Has Cerberus filled you in on the mission?
Honestly, I'm shocked they didn't come to see me sooner. My fault for being hard to find, I guess.
What's with the password and the sneaking around? Are you in trouble or something?
I'm the best thief in the business, not the most famous. Need to watch my step to keep it that way. I also needed to make sure all this was legit. And I have no doubts now. You're the real Commander Shepard.
What makes you so sure?
There's a certain aura about you. Like you've seen things no one else has. Even without knowing what you looked like, I knew it was you.
What brought you to Cerberus?
That's a bit of a story. Short version, they were looking for me, so I trailed them to find out why. Turns out they were looking for someone to join you on an important mission, and were offering a serious signing bonus. I had a thing I needed help with, so I made them a deal. And here we are.
I assume this deal is something I should know about?
Yeah, I guess it slipped their minds. I'm looking for my old partner's gray box. A man named Donovan Hawk took it, and I'm planning to get it back.
What's this heist you're planning?
Not here, Shepard. You'll get a briefing when the time comes. I need time to nail down the details anyway. I've taken the liberty of getting you some evening wear, though. You want to look presentable.
What do you know about Donovan Hawk?
Mr. Hawk is a well-respected businessman. Arms dealer, murderer, generally not a great guy. His mansion's famous for being hard to crack, but I have a way in, and I think you're gonna love it.
I doubt Hawk's the kind of guy who takes kindly to people sneaking into his house.
I always expect trouble. That's why you're here.
I assume a gray box is some kind of hardware?
It's a neural implant. Illegal in most places. Stores memories, thoughts, secret codes, illicit information. This one in particular belonged to my partner, Keiji Okuda. We worked together for a long time, before Hawk killed him.
Tell me about this former partner of yours.
His name was Keiji Okuda, the best hacker and entryman I've ever known. Unfortunately, he slipped up and made himself infamous. He stole something he shouldn't. He warned me it was bad, something that could spark interstellar war if it got out. That information got him killed.
What could he have found that's so bad?
He wouldn't say what it was, just that it was dangerous. He said if it got out, humanity would be in trouble. He encrypted it, wrapped it up in his own memories. To decode the information, you have to sift through all the time we spent together. Now those memories are all that's left of him.
Okay. I don't think I need to make that play. Let's just say, let's get it back.
If the information's deadly, we have to keep it out of the wrong hands.
Donovan Hawk is the last man I'd want holding this information.
Okay, and I'm not going to go only if there's time, because it's already understood it's part of the deal. It's part of them signing up, so it's almost like a contractual obligation.
If that's what Cerberus promised you, we'll get it done.
It'll be fun. And if we're lucky, you won't even have to draw your gun. We should probably wrap this up. You look pretty silly standing there talking to an advertisement. See you on the ship, Shepard.
All right. So we've got the Master Thief. And now I need the groceries. Both here and here, I suspect are available side missions, but I'm going to ignore them for now.
Unfortunately, sir, biotics can be used as a weapon. The rules require me to confiscate.
Figured they say something about our weapons.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think? Yeah, okay. Sorry for the inconvenience, sir. Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
I was listed as missing in action a couple of years ago.
Would you mind checking in with my captain? He can reinstate you in our system. He's just past the scanners on your right.
All right, now there's a option here that I thought was really interesting, and I went ahead and took it, and I'll show you.
You'll have to make him scream a little. He's not gonna tell you everything just because you ask.
I know, sir.
If you don't have the stomach or you're worried about being reported, I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander Shepard. My console says you're dead.
And it's this one right here, and I like it that way.
Don't change it. Anonymity is useful on my current mission.
Sure, you're a goddamn hero. It's not like we have to worry about you smuggling guns in or something. I just put a block in the system. Officially, you still don't exist. And you won't get hassled by the security checkpoints. You should head up to the Presidium, though. The Council would probably like to know that one of their lost specters is still kicking.
What's the easiest way to get to the Presidium from down here?
Head back through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
I will. Having access to the Council and the Spectre's resources would be useful.
Yeah. The Council can get anything. Best thing about working CSEC is that any equipment, information, or money you need, you get. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
How'd you end up working on the Citadel?
I started with the Alliance way back when, but the traveling was killing me. It's a shitty life if you're trying to raise a family, seeing your kids every 6 months. I joined CSEC so I could stay in one place, put down roots.
Yeah, pretty common.
It looks like most of the damage from Sovereign's attack has been repaired.
The Presidium was pretty shot up. Of course, they fixed that first. All the wards got hit with debris when the ship exploded. Most of the damage was superficial, and the Keepers got things restored fast. Tasery Ward got the worst. A big chunk hit near the Dillanaga concert hall. They're still clearing wreckage and trying to get power restored.
Wow.
Tell me about this place.
All the wards are more or less multicultural, but the other 4 are dominated by Asari, Turians, or Solarians. In Zakira, we've got major enclaves of Volus, Elcor, and Hanar. There's also a human commercial zone at Shinakiba. We've got a few Krogan walking around, and I think I saw a Quarian the other day.
Last time I was here, there were no human captains in CSEC.
No, CSEC took a lot of casualties when the Geth boarded the Presidium. The Special Response Division was hard hit. They stopped turning their noses up at human resumes. They needed bodies in uniform, and we had the most experienced bodies.
Okay. Now, because I know how this plays out, and it's not a big deal, but I am going to use it as an example. I'm playing a Paragon Shepherd, right? But that Paragon Shepherd doesn't mean that we're trying to solve all of the world's ills. It means that in the performance of our primary mission, and what we are focused on as I guess I would call it like a special tactics unit, I play things as a quote-unquote good guy. I just kind of do that myself, you know? It's hard for me to make quote-unquote bad guy choices or calloused choices a lot of times. Not every time, but most of the time. But what it doesn't mean is it's not some utopian ideal of where you're gonna solve all of the galaxy's problems while also handling this very time-sensitive issue with something called Reapers and the Collectors. You know, we're not doing that. And so if I were actually in this position, I can paint 2 pictures here. If I'm a Paragon, and from this guy's dialogue, it certainly seems like I carry a certain amount of influence. And I could broach this subject with him. But I'm basically rolling the dice that I have enough influence that he would listen to me. Because what I don't have is I don't have legal authority. I don't have legal authority. I just have influence where maybe the guy doesn't want to disappoint me or something. If I'm actually really concerned about this, and I might not even be concerned about this, I'm not really sure what the rules are in this place at this moment in time. I've got enough experience to know that rules bend and shift according to what's required in the moment. And I know history well enough to know that those things change also. But if I am, I would mention this to Anderson, not this guy. I would just let Anderson know, hey, look, you got a guy in charge of security down there. He's human. He looks like he's pretty top-notch. He did some favors for me. He seems to know what's going on. But this could look bad, and I'm just letting you know, and you can deal with it how you want. Because Anderson has a lot better idea about the the diplomacy aspect of what's happening here, and humans' perception to the council and all that. So I would hand it over. I would give Anderson the heads up and trust him to handle it as he sees fit. So I'm not even going to touch this right now.
I should be going.
You need anything else, let me know.
All right. So again, Paragon does not necessarily mean goody two-shoes.
I hear this is the best place for food on Zakira Ward.
We're going to buy everything. These are the provisions that we're looking for. And the books are only 5 credits apiece. So I don't actually know if the books show up somewhere on the Normandy or not, but
this is the best place for food
at 5 credits I figured I'd grab it. And We're not going to go any further into the Citadel because I don't want to get pulled into other side quests. We're going to come out here and we're going to go directly to the Presidium so we can meet with Anderson. And there's Anderson right there.
This meeting would be more productive if Udina was to join us.
My advisor is unavailable. As counselor, I represent the voice of humanity and the Alliance. Shepard will be here and... Oh, Commander. We were just talking about you.
Okay, we've got the council up there. I don't want them to get the idea that humans are super chummy with each other and we're all plotting against them. You know, or something like that. So I'm going to keep it professional.
You said you wanted to meet with me. I didn't realize they'd be here, too.
We've heard many rumors surrounding your unexpected return. Some of them are unsettling.
We called this meeting so you could explain your actions, Shepard. We owe you that much. After all, you saved our lives in the battle against Saren and his Geth.
Okay, now, we start to find some things out here. I don't like... we already know how everybody feels. I don't know if this wins us anything, if it moves the ball forward at all. I would just be honest and straight up. Hey, I'm looking for your help.
The Collectors are abducting human colonists in the Terminus systems. Worse, we think they're working for the Reapers.
Now here's where it kind of goes sideways.
The Terminus systems are beyond our jurisdiction. Your colonists knew this when they left Council space.
You're missing the important part, Counselor. The Reapers are involved.
Ah yes, Reapers. The immortal race of sentient starships allegedly waiting in dark space. We have dismissed that claim.
Shepard, no one else encountered the hologram on Ilos that told you the truth about the Reapers. Only you and your crew ever spoke with Sovereign. I believe you. But without evidence from another source, the others think Saren was behind the Geth attacks.
Now see, I think that that's perfectly understandable. I don't think this really does anything. I'm sure they've already kind of thought about that. I would want to know about this one. I wouldn't go with any of these three answers.
Go back to Ilos and talk to Vigil. Or just look at what's left of Sovereign. It's obvious the technology is more advanced than ours.
The hologram on Ilos is no longer functional, and we have found nothing to suggest that Sovereign was not a Geth creation.
The Geth are capable of remarkable technological achievements. This is probably why Saren recruited them.
This Reaper theory proves just how fragile your mental state is. You have been manipulated. By Cerberus, and before them, by Saren.
Whenever I recorded this before, whenever I had the technical difficulties I told you apart, I didn't select this answer. And I'm noticing now that it is giving me the option to go to check this out, so I want to see what he says.
Saren was an organic. The Geth would never accept him as their leader. They only followed him because he was Sovereign's agent.
Saren was a compelling and charismatic individual. He convinced the Geth the Reapers were real, just as he convinced you.
It was part of his plan to attack the Citadel. The Reapers are just a myth, one you insist on perpetuating.
We believe that you believe it, but that doesn't make it true.
Okay, so we can see where everything's going, right? They don't have the evidence. It's really our responsibility to bring that evidence to them. It's a pretty high claim that we're making. And we know that because he had the visions, right? But they don't know that. So we need to get them more evidence before they can actually move forward at all. So I don't like this one, and I don't like this one. Because they don't get along with Cerberus at all. I mean, we're kind of under heavy scrutiny right now for working with Cerberus. And it's only the fact that we basically saved their hides that they're even listening to us right now. So I'm certainly not going down this road. But I'll go with this one. And it's because it just puts all the chips on the table so that we can maybe get everybody's final thoughts and then move forward.
I guess I'm on my own. Again.
We are in a difficult position, Shepard. You are working for Cerberus, an avowed enemy of the Council. This is treason, a capital offense.
That's too far. Shepard is a hero. I'm on this council too, and I won't let this whitewash continue.
Maybe there is a compromise. Not a public acknowledgement given your ties, but something to show peripheral support.
Shepard, if you keep a low profile and restrict your operations to the Terminus systems, the Council is willing to offer you reinstatement as a Spectre.
What does that mean? Will I need to start filing reports?
That won't be necessary. This is a show of good faith on our part.
We cannot become involved in an investigation regarding the missing colonies in the Terminus systems. But Spectre reinstatement shows our support of you personally.
Now, see, that's an olive branch, right? So why would I not take? If I was playing a renegade human-centric playthrough, let's say, and those two things don't have to go hand in hand. I'm just saying, if I were playing with with that combination, I would take this one. This just seems petty, in my opinion. So I'm looking to keep diplomacy open. I think they threw me a bone. They offered an olive branch. I think it's not the easiest thing for them to do, and that they're being honest whenever they're, we saved their lives, and so they're showing it's an act of good faith. I think they even called it that.
I accept your offer. It's good to have the Council on my side.
Good luck with your investigation, Shepard. We hope for a quick resolution and a quick end to your relationship with Cerberus.
Well, that went better than expected. You realize the Council's offer is just symbolic. They won't actually do anything.
And this is the one I took.
Even if they don't help, I might as well stay on good terms.
True enough. Don't worry about the Council or the Alliance. I'll find some way to keep them off your back. Shouldn't be too hard. As long as you keep to the Terminus systems.
Anderson, we need to talk about... Shepard. What are you doing here?
Stopped by to see how Anderson was doing.
You don't have to cover for me. I invited Shepard here to speak with the Council. We just finished our meeting.
You what? Consular, do the words political shitstorm mean anything to you?
The Council reinstated my Spectre status. They're just happy I'm staying out with the Terminus systems.
Yes, I could see how that arrangement works best for both sides. But you really shouldn't have taken a step like this without consulting with me first, Consular.
I don't answer to you, Udina. Why don't you go to your office and think about that for a while?
Of course, Consular. Good day to both of you.
Sorry about that. Udina's never gotten over the fact that I got the Council position instead of him. Sometimes I need to put him in his place.
Yeah, and I wouldn't go with this one. Udina's very useful. He knows the lay of the land. He's a good politician. He's just got wounded pride right now.
Udina's just doing his job.
True enough. He's got his uses. And if you want something done on the Citadel, he knows who can make it happen. Plus, he's always happy to attend all those formal diplomatic functions I can't be bothered with.
How have the last couple of years treated you?
Serving on the Council isn't how I plan to spend my twilight years. Sometimes it feels like I'm just beating my head against a wall. Knowing the truth about Sovereign is brutal. It's nightmare stuff. I can't blame others for not wanting to believe it, but I know how important it is. So I keep trying. Fighting the good fight, right?
And it would be hard for me to even offer this up as... I think this is a temptation that Anderson doesn't need. Anderson's in the right place for, like, for humanity, for broader picture. And he just mentioned he's in his twilight years. You know, I don't know if I'd want to take him traveling all over space and stuff. And he's perfectly situated. He doesn't like the job, but that's kind of also what makes him good for it.
How long did it take to get this place back up to speed after the battle?
Still counting. The main areas of commerce and the most populated wards are complete. But estimates for total restoration are sitting around 5 years. The Keepers always surprise us, though. It's like our repairs are annoying. We'll put up an ugly new bulkhead, and in a few days, they've made it seamless. We never really thought of them as heavy lifters, and I have no idea where they get the resources. But we'd never get done without them.
I'm surprised no one can tell Sovereign isn't Geth technology. Didn't they examine the wreckage?
We don't have much to look at. Pieces of it rained all over the station. It was chaos, with who knows how many species combing the wards for their dead. We secured as much of it as we could. But between the Keepers and a whole lot of unauthorized salvage, there's no way to account for even half of that thing. Another reason why they don't want to acknowledge what Sovereign was.
Last I knew, we were still fighting holdouts.
Here and there. But they are increasingly disorganized. It's long since stopped being called a war. More like cleanup. Not that you can ever discount them. But we haven't had serious casualties for months. A civilian ship will spot an enclave and we send in a squad to clear it. They're not quite the boogeymen they used to be.
What happened to Gunnery Chief Williams after the Normandy was destroyed?
Operations Chief Williams is still with the Alliance, but she's working on a special mission. It's classified. I can't say any more. Not while you're working with Cerberus, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I better go.
Of course, Shepard, I understand. I wish I could do more to help you. But if you ever want to talk, I'll be here. Just do me a favor and be careful. You can't trust Cerberus.
All right. So we'll go back to the Normandy.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
From Consort Shira, or Shaira maybe. Commander, I thought that my gift of words had been incorrect, an embarrassing notion, but my contacts tell me you yet survive. I am pleased to hear that your journey continues, though I sense that you head toward an even deeper darkness. When you fought Saren, only your resolve was tested, but now I fear you cannot rely on your own strength. Take whatever steps you must to ensure that those battling at your side fight with clear minds and glad hearts. Be well, Consort Shaira. So I think that that's another indicator here by this development team to show you that these missions are really important, because she said make sure that your team has clear minds, right? And that's what these missions are about. What was I going to do? We got to go down to crew's quarters and deliver the groceries.
Commander, those provisions you provided were perfect. I owe you. I've already thrown together some of my calamari gumbo. Here, try a bite. Truth told, it's based on an Asari recipe. Seems a little cannibalistic to me with their tentacle heads and all, but they ain't no good grub. Anyway, thanks again. You really came through.
All right. So I thought that was funny. Calamari gumbo. It actually sounds really good. And back up to the CIC. Here it is right here. Boltzmann helped Kusami, so we got to go through here and down this way. Pour. Okay. That should make us 20%. Yep. This one is moderate. This is where our mission is. You can see the little green tab there. We're at 40% explored. This one is moderate. And poor. And this is where I'm going to save it, because we're going to handle that mission in the next episode. So I need to create a new save. And there we go. Alright guys, again, I'm Aesop Grimm. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods. Once more, since we have time to kill here, I'll just go over the overall plan. Oh, I can't. Not without leaving here. Okay. Well, we're going to handle this mission in the next episode. And then, if you can imagine what that universe map looked like, we're going to move in a clockwise direction, picking up team members. There's the Warlord and the Convict, and we'll knock out those two contract missions is what I'm going to call them. And then we're going to move over to the Firewalker missions. There's a cluster of 3 of them over here on the universe map. So that's the plan. And I'll see you guys in the next episode where this story continues.